Hey everybody, it's your girl Nici. We have some Am I the Asshole stories for you today. The big one that I like today is going to be your third one. I'm just joking. I have to get into it just like you. We're gonna see them fresh, new, straight off the bat. Um, the first one I am reading came out 6 hours ago. So. Okay, guys, let's get into our first story. It is 6 hours old for me, and it is Am I the Asshole for reminding my parents their favorite daughter is the criminal and not me? I, a 16 female, have an older sister, Casey, 18 female. She was always the golden child who could do nothing wrong, while I could never do anything right. Casey also hated me, not sure why, but she used to make up stuff to get me into trouble, and our parents always believed her. Nobody else did, which I think made it worse between us. She wanted everyone to see her the way our parents did, but she always was pretty mean to others and spoiled and entitled. While most of the family saw how my parents treated me versus Casey, they saw how my parents let Casey treat me. Some examples for those who wonder: locking me in the car and refusing to let me out, throwing food I was eating on the floor, taking stuff out of my hand, and saying it was hers now, which included money, locking me outside when it was raining, throwing my stuffy collection out my bedroom window in the rain when we had family over, and refusing to let me sit down near her. Some things Casey accused me of wrongly are throwing stuff in the neighbor's yard, this was her, and the neighbors even said so, throwing paint on our parents' car, that was her, and there was proof, stealing money from our parents, eating her food, which our parents bought especially for her and nobody can touch, ruining her homework, peeing in her and my parents' bathroom, and I got punished for all of this stuff. Nothing I ever said or did would get my parents to believe me. My grandparents grew so concerned they tried to take custody of me through the court, but were denied custody and they were told a home with both my parents would always take priority over extended family. I didn't see them afterwards because my parents were mad. My grandparents humiliated them. Casey was arrested at school a few weeks ago before graduation. It was coming for over a year because everyone started to see her for who she was. But some of the things she did included stealing money from a teacher, property damage to the school, property damage to a teacher's car, and harassment of one of the teachers. Charges were pressed and she was going to be in court over this. My parents were so mad that people were blaming their precious little girl. Casey got arrested again in July because she retaliated against two of the teachers involved. My parents are hiring good lawyers and all of that. But they're also on my back about not supporting Casey, and she's still accusing me of stuff, and they still believe her. On Saturday, they started yelling at me for being so bad and such a headache for them. I reminded them that Casey, their favorite daughter, is the criminal, not me. My parents yelled so loud that a neighbor heard them. They told me I should not be gloating when my sister is going through hell. Am I the butthole? I don't think you're the butthole. I think your parents are delusional. But you should also definitely make sure that you are starting to have funds of your own. Put them in a bank account. Don't leave money at home. Um, and you're always going to be the scapegoat, unfortunately. But make your escape as soon as possible. Save up all the money that you can so you can get a car. If you can get a job, get a job. My best advice for you is just to get out as soon as possible. Um, you can't really live with your grandparents, but I would, try to see if you can get in contact with them, even if you can't see them, just because they might be a place that you could stay once you turn 18, so you don't have to be under your parents' roof. Because I'm pretty sure once you turn 18, your parents are no longer going to support you in any way, and I would feel terrible if you have nothing. Every time you get money from someone, go give it to a trusted family member or put it in a bank account. Have grandparents make a bank account for you so that way, it's not under your parents' name. They can't steal it from you, so on and so forth. But just that thought process. The first comment you have says, not the butthole. I'm sorry you're dealing with this and have been dealing with this for so long. Could it possibly be the opportunity you need to get out? Are your grandparents still willing to take you in? See, we're on the same track here. Could you frame it to your parents that it's obvious that Casey needs all of their attention and help right now, and you'd be willing to step back and move temporarily with your grandparents to allow them to focus all their energy on dear Casey? Clearly, you're causing them more stress right now, and you don't want to take anything away from your sister at the time when she so desperately needs your parents' full efforts. So yeah, make it seem like it's their idea and it's for their benefit. Um, I feel like, oh, you responded. I don't think so because they take away then this would take away Casey's chance to bully me and their own. I think they like doing it after all these years and the crazy stuff they've punished me for that I didn't do. Response. Yikes, I'm sorry. I wish I had a more constructive solution to give you, but it sounds like you might just have to tough it out 2 more years. Maybe Casey will get some jail time and give you some peace, more likely with first offenses and a good lawyer. She's apt to be put in some kind of diversion program instead. Um, Everyone's telling you to get out, an extended family, police, social child services. So at this point, yeah, everyone's record yourself, make sure you've got yourself in pretty much a good position. you know Try to get yourself out if you can. If not, I would put as much money away to save up to make sure you have the life that you want, the life that is safe for you. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you, right? Don't let other people, what's the word I'm looking for, don't let other people be the person that you don't want to be. Don't let other people make you into the bad guy. But if you have no other choice, take care of yourself. Keep reaching out. Make sure you have your friends and your alibis. And as long as you have that, it doesn't matter what your sister and your parents say at the end of the day. You know who you are. Everyone else sees who you are. So, yeah, good for you for standing up for yourself. But don't put yourself in a situation where you could get physically hurt. That's my only worry for you. But yeah, reach out to your grandparents. See what they say. See what they'll do for you. Alright? Okay, on to the next story. Am I the butthole for getting into an argument with my stepdad? My mother lives with him in a foreign country with their 6-year-old child. I'm visiting for the summer and leaving this month. We had a massive argument about me putting my clothes in the dryer. Keep in mind that this dude has some sort of resentment towards me simply because my mother complains to him about his disrespectful son that has no respect for my mother. He doesn't even greet her and just marches through the house like he owns the place. Ever since I've got here, the only time he's talked to me is when he's complaining about the little poop, like me, leaving a few rice grains in the drainer, or leaving the fan on when I get up to go pee in the bathroom. In the most passive-aggressive tone you can imagine. It's like he's trying to find something to complain about simply because my mom complains about his son. Anyways, I'm helping on a boat stripping job for a few days. I'm here before I leave. I come home, hand wash my clothes, rinse them by hand, squeeze the water out of them, put them in the dryer. He comes up to me and said, "Are those clothes in the dryer?" Again, this fake passive-aggressive dude. Yeah, I said. "Why are they in the dryer?" MF, why else are they in the dryer? They aren't soaking wet. I squeezed all the water out. "Take them out of the dryer. They can't stay in the dryer. Put them in the balcony to dry," he says. As rain is literally pouring. Check the forecast on the British Virgin Islands. I said, "How are they going to dry? I need them early tomorrow morning." The dude storms off and turns the dryer off, trying to intimidate me by telling me that I'm going to pay the light bill then when the dryer's been running for less than 2 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm matching him tone for tone at this point. I told him straight up he's not gonna treat me like poop because of what him and my mom have. There's a lot more details, but am I the butthole? I really think that you're not the butthole, but I think this is a conversation for you to have with your mother. Um, you're there visiting, and you're helping out, and you're doing stuff around, and you're probably polite before this petty stuff comes up. But I think you should talk to your mom about this. I don't think you're an asshole. I think you're a kid, visiting your mom, having like a summer job or whatever. But you also shouldn't have to deal with someone being that aggressive. That's no way to deal with things. Um, at the end of the day, your mom should be on your side, and if you're being bullied by an adult needs to step in. But good luck to you. There's not enough information in my head, and you kind of don't have any periods. So I don't know what's one sentence. You do have some, but like it's like you're ranting, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's something petty over the clothes that you need to wear for the next day, yeah, talk to your mother. Don't talk to us. And it's the first time I've ever said, you don't need to be talking to Reddit about this. You need to be talking to a parent. Talk to your parent. At the end of the day, your parent is your parent. You gotta do what you gotta do. This is not the butthole, but this is also not the place for this. Also, periods are a must. Please put some periods. Okay. The next story is, am I the butthole for refusing to be my brother's best man at his wedding after he made that decision without telling me? Okay. I, a 28-year-old male, have a contentious relationship with my older brother, 31 male. As kids, he would regularly bully me and generally be obnoxious to me. As adults, he's often refused to respect my personal space, boundaries whenever I see him. In addition to frequently saying things like sharing social media posts in our family group texts that are racist, homophobic, transphobic, ableist, or any kind of ist or phobic adjective that you can think of. As a result, I'm trying to limit my exposure to him and dread any situations where I'm forced to spend time with him. Reasonable. Okay, if you say no, there's nothing wrong with that, and I would understand why if all of that is true. He got engaged to his girlfriend a little under 2 years ago, and they and my dad and stepmom have been planning their wedding ever since. The wedding is scheduled for the end of this month. It's 18 days away as of when I post this. As his brother, I knew that I'd have to be one of his groomsmen. I was fine with that. I also fully expected one of his close childhood friends to be his best man, considering I don't have or want a close relationship with him. I've been under this impression for almost the past year, till I heard from my biological mother about a week ago that the best man duties were going to be shared between me and my younger half brother. Nah, fam, you can't just bring that on to me. That's not my job. Nope. You can't make me do something that I'm not gonna want to do. No, I'm good. That's something you can say. No. No is a complete sentence. No, it's definitely a complete sentence. I called my dad about this, and he confirmed that my younger brother and I would split the best man responsibilities at the wedding. I've been pretty mentally checked out regarding the wedding for the past few months, in addition to sorting out my mental health. So I brushed the whole situation off as me not remembering when we talked about this being the plan. Till a few days ago when I was messaged a message blah blah. Until a few days ago when I was messaging a long distance friend, looked back through our chat history and saw part of the convo where I was talking about the wedding with them and explicitly saying that one of my brother's friends was going to be the best man. This message was from 7 months ago. Okay. Called my dad again about this, and he said that me and my younger brother being best men had been the plan the whole time, and that I'd have to do it because I'm his brother and it's tradition. Again, I don't like my brother. I don't want to be his best man. And if I was asked, I would absolutely say no. So now I'm feeling gaslit about the entire situation. I have no memory of ever having a conversation with any member of my family where they asked me to be the best man. Not only does it feel more like I'm being told to be it, but this is being dropped on me barely within a month of the wedding itself. For a decision made months ago, I assumed I would have been talked to about it. It's far, far sooner than 2.5 weeks before. So with all these factors in mind, am I the butthole for adamantly telling my family that I'm not going to be one of the best men at my brother's wedding? I'm fine with still being a groomsman, since that was communicated to me in a timely manner, but I absolutely do not want to be part of their uncoordinated dysfunction any more than I already have to. No, you're not the butthole. Like I said before, no is a complete sentence. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And at the end of the day, it's important that you take care of yourself, your mental health, and the things. You never should stand up and say, I support something if you don't support the person. And don't support somebody who has all those labels that you would talk about in the beginning. And it's not right. There's nothing there for you. Okay, so your first person said, not the butthole. Why not call your brother and tell him that you've heard these rumors, but something you're not wanting to do? Because, yeah, he should have asked you a long time ago, and then you could have declined. Yeah, just don't do it. No is a complete sentence. You don't even have to go to the wedding if you don't want to. Because, if you're not in a good relationship with somebody, don't go to their wedding. The next person respond, not the butthole. Boundaries only work if you enforce them. That's extremely true. No is a complete sentence. No, I'm not being, your best man. I'm already a groomsman. I've completed my task, point A, point B. There's no reason to get yourself further involved. At the end of the day, if you don't stand up for yourself, who will? Don't let your family bully you into doing something that makes you uncomfortable. Don't make it something that you have to do. A best man or a maid of honor, that's an honor. And if you're put into it and you feel honored by it, then of course you're going to want to do it. Of course you're going to feel good about it. But if you stand up in front of all those people and saying, I'm the best man, that means you support all of his list of bad names that you originally gave us. And that's not fair to you. It's not fair to you. Okay. I'm deeming you not the butthole. This post isn't too old. It's like 14 minutes ago, so hopefully everyone else finds you not the butthole, and I will follow up later, see if you update it, tell us what you didn't do, so on and so forth. But you're not the butthole. Okay, 2 more stories, you guys, and then we will be done with this episode. Please like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. It really does help boost the channel. But if you enjoy it, if you don't enjoy it, let me know so I know what else to post. If you have other, categories of Reddit that you want me to read, let me know. I'll do that as well. Please enjoy. Okay, the next one. Am I the butthole for refusing to lend my car to my sister after she tried to use my car to elope with her married lover? I'm in a bit of a mess and need some advice on whether or not I'm being unreasonable. I, a 29-year-old female, have a 2019 Honda Civic that I'm very protective of. It's not just a car to me. It's my daily driver, my pride, my significant investment. My sister, Jess, 27 female, recently asked to borrow it for a weekend trip. Here's where it gets wild. Jess is currently involved in a scandalous affair with a married man. She's been seeing him for the past year, and the whole situation has been causing drama in our family. She wanted to borrow my car to use as a getaway vehicle for a secret trip with him. The plan was to drive out of town and stay in a secluded cabin. When she asked, I was stunned and flat out refused. I told her I was uncomfortable with the idea of my car being involved in her affair, not to mention the risk of potential trouble if something went wrong. Jess went ballistic. She accused me of being unsupportive, and I said I was trying to ruin her happiness. Our parents are now in an uproar, claiming that I'm being harsh and unkind, especially because Jess claims she's deeply in love and wants to make a fresh start. They think I'm being unreasonable for not supporting her love life, and that I should just lend her the car and stay out of her personal affairs. I can't stay out of... Pause. You can't stay out of her personal affairs if your personal things are in her affairs. Don't involve me if you want me out of your personal affairs. That's all there is to that. But okay. I feel like my refusal to get tangled up in her drama is justified, but the family backlash is intense, and Jess is making me out to be a villain. So, Reddit, am I the butthole for refusing to lend my car to my sister, considering her plan to use it for a secret getaway with her married lover? No. You don't have to support a relationship you don't want to support. And again, like I said previously, no, it's a full sentence. And if they don't want you in her business, she shouldn't put you in her business. That's it. Don't join something that you don't feel good. Your first comment said not the butthole. She hasn't paid a dime for this car. She can rent one at an agency. And they said your title for this post is not a good title. Next person said, not the butthole, your car, your rules. Plus, getting involved in her scandalous love life could backfire badly, emotionally and legally. She could sort her own stuff out without dragging you into the mess. Very true. Don't get into something that someone else could be like, well, you helped them. I didn't. I loaned my sister my car. But you know why you loaned your sister a car. And that could look back legally and then professionally. It could look like you're supporting, adultery and all that other stuff. And you don't want that in your life. So, not the butthole. Last comment. Your parents are upset that you wouldn't let their daughter borrow your car to sneak off with her married lover. Not the butthole. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why other people think, oh, I have an affair. The people that are closest to me also have to be part of that affair. That don't make no sense. Also, why have an affair? Why be the mistress? Why break up a happy home? The married couple, the guy should have talked to his wife about, oh, I don't know. I don't want to be with you anymore. But some guys like the thrill. And apparently your sister likes being the thrill. So, yeah, you're not the butthole. Don't lend out your car. No is a full sentence. And take care of yourself. Don't listen to your parents. They don't know what they're talking about. Your sister sounds like the favorite. Because I'm pretty sure if you said, oh, I want to go off, they'd be like, no, how dare you? Yeah, I feel like that's your parents. You're not the butthole. Don't give in. Stay strong. Okay. Last story. Am I the butthole for being rear-ended and then claiming it on your insurance? This one's a simple one. Today my car was rear-ended while I was waiting at a roundabout. Obviously I wasn't happy about the situation, and the guy has a straight on the spot admitted to it being his fault. He tried to get me to agree with him to pay half of my bill, and he would pay his own out of his own pocket for his car. First of all, it was not my fault, so why should I pay half? Now, before we exchanged details, I told him I'm most likely going to make a claim. Later that day at work, I spoke to some colleagues, and we decided the best actions would be to claim with insurance. Throughout the day, I've been getting messages from this guy as we exchanged number almost every hour to reconsider putting in a claim. He would pay half of the damage. Then he proceeds to send me some secondhand bumpers for my car to make what I was just thinking to myself. Why would I go for a secondhand from damaged vehicle part? After I finished work, I messaged him back that I would put in claim through, and that would be it. He carried on pushing me to cancel my claim to the point he said that he would get his bodywork specialist to do it for me. I have simply told him I will have my mechanic give me a quote. If he's happy with the price, I will cancel my claim. His amount was almost threatening, pushing. His amount of almost threatening pushing makes me want to block/ignore him and let the claim go through. Am I the butthole though? You have insurance. Use your insurance. That is what it's there for. Yes, it'll suck. Your car insurance price will go up. But at the end of the day, you have insurance for a reason. You have this guy's information. Call your insurance company. Give them on the phone, hey, or put it through the app or whatever. hey, I was at a roundabout. I got rear-ended. This is the guy's license, his insurance, his ID. Thank you. Bye. It's up to the insurance to prove that he was at fault or not. But you can always be like, he admitted it. Let them do the work. He doesn't want you to put it in insurance because either one, he's had way too many accidents at this point. He doesn't want that insurance on there. Two, he's going someplace he didn't need to go. And if it's connected to somebody he's in a relationship with and they find out he's on his way to his mistress house or whatever, then he's going in trouble. And three, he doesn't want to pay the full price because he knows your car is going to cost him a lot more than he thought it would. But that's why you have insurance. Call your insurance adjuster. Get them on that phone. That's what it's there for. I hate people who don't use their insurance. That's what it's there for. You don't pay it. And then your car is covered because you have the right parts, the right, protection on it. Whatever. But anyways, the First Amendment applies. You're definitely not the butthole here. Honestly, this guy sounds like the kind of person bumps into you into the supermarket and asks you to pay for half his groceries because you share the aisle. The dude rear-ended you, admitted it that it was false. Now thinks sending you the links to eBay bumpers or some sort of peace offering like, hey, I have this part I found next to the kitchen sink. It'll be fine. His persistence is borderline stalkerish, texting you hourly with a budget do-it-yourself solutions. There's some next level cheapness right there. Just imagine this guy who's negotiating with the fire department if he accidentally set your house on fire. How about I handle the left side of the house and you take the right? Fair deal, yeah? No, it's not. Block him. Let the insurance do its thing. If he offers you any more half-baked car parts, Jesse uses them on his own vehicle. Also, feel free to ask if his bodywork special can fix the awkward social situations while they're at it. Yeah, you don't let this person take over. Don't let this person make you feel like you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Your car insurance is there for a reason. Use it. Please. For me. At least use it. Yeah. Thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate it. This is your girl Nici. We had some very weird and like the butthole requests today. They're all due. But at the end of the day, no one here today was the butthole. They were very weird situations. But it seems like the biggest thing is stand up for yourself. Be confident in the things that you're supposed to do. If you're not in the wrong, make sure you understand that. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. You're not going to be saw as wrong if you're doing the right. It is what it is. But do me a favor. If you have insurance, use your insurance. If you're a child and a parent is picking on you and it's not your parent, have a conversation with your parent. If your parents are not willing to listen to logic, stack your bread, and when you have the money to move out. Make sure you make the connections in your family so that way you're protected, or you can move in with families. You're not spending all the cash that you save up. Just understand no is a full sentence. Stand on it too. Don't just say no. Stand on it. But that's it. It's your girl Nici. See you next time. Peace out.